living that corporate life, eating glizzies, and going to festivals. This week on Jim Joe Steve Show.
Hey, yeah, yo. Here's a story about 20 years ago. Three bros who grew up in Baltimore to the beach show. Every summer they had to go before they got married with kids. Now they all grown. Long trips to New York and Toronto. Playing beer pong with Captain Morgan's. Free throws. And if you don't know, now you know. Coming in hot. Jim Joe Steve Show.
Hello and welcome back to another Jim Joe Steve Show. My name's Joe.
I'm Steve.
I'm Jim.
And back for the fourth and annoyingly final time. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome back, Eric.
What's up? I'm like Tom Hanks in SNL.
You almost got the
Next
jacket.
time I got the jacket. Next time, baby.
The Four Timers Club.
I know. And amazingly, again this week, Joe isn't here.
Working remote, baby. God, this is my new favorite thing, guys. I'll see you next year.
And that's almost why I did not want to even give this as an option, because Joe would be all over it.
God,
No.
do you love this idea or do you miss seeing our faces?
Oh, I miss you guys so much.
It's like a horse.
Just snacking away.
Yeah, just sitting there.
This is a good apple.
What color is that apple?
It's like red and yellow.
Do you ever realize that when people eat apples in movies, it signifies that they're a dick?
I've
Signifies that they're
heard
a dick or that
Like,
they're
is that a
dead?
rule, or is that just something that you like? Because
Like
only
a
assholes the
a
way they eat
pop-
the
If
apples.
you ever watch a movie, if someone eats an apple,
An
someone eats an asshole, they're always an apple.
Catastrophe.
Man down, man down.
Jeez. Okay.
That was too funny.
Yeah, yeah. In a movie, in movies, if you ever see someone watch, now you'll pay attention to it. If anyone ever eats an apple, they're always a dick.
Speaking of movies, I just saw, and none of you will ever go see it, Where the Crawdads Live. Have you even heard of that movie?
I know it's
Heard of it.
I know it's a book.
It's a book.
They made a movie.
So my wife
I
read
have
the
heard
book.
of it.
My wife read the book. I don't know, last year, 2 years ago, and then was like, "Oh, this is a pretty good book." And I was looking for a book to read down the beach, so I read it, and it was good. Like, I mean, it's a good book. You know,
Isn't
like,
it like a teen book?
no.
It's like an old person kind of.
It is
right?
kind of. It reads like a novel.
Oh, so it's the exact
That was
opposite.
that was a book we read in high school.
Where the Crawdads?
Really?
I don't think so.
I mean, I did.
Okay. Well, in any
Nerd.
case, they made it into a movie. The wife said she wanted to see it, so we went up. I went up the street this week and saw it. I was the only male in the theater out of
Really?
a sold out show
Respect.
because it was. I mean, by and large, it is a female, and for no real reason. But I think it's just not a very manly.
I mean, I'll definitely watch it, but I didn't know it was like that.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. I have to bring this up real quick. Joe, when did you read that book?
I thought I read it in high school. No?
It came out on August 14th of 2018.
The book did?
Yes.
Oh. Maybe not. Maybe
You
I'm
must be thinking of
something
Catcher
else.
in the Rye.
All right, Scott. Thanks.
Sorry, Jim.
No, I love a real time fact check.
It just made
That
me
was
laugh.
brutal.
Because I was like, there's no way this book.
Yeah, it definitely didn't seem. I mean, it takes place, at a time before. But in any case, so I told my wife, I said, I really feel like I'm intruding on like a woman's night out because there was zero men, and it was a sold out show, and it made
That's
me
how
feel.
I felt when I wouldn't watch The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
I mean, that's a chick movie, but like Magic Mike, that's like if I was the only dude in the movie theater while that's going on, I'd be like, yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. But if it's just a good story,
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what?
It reminded me of going in Victoria's Secrets. I'm sure most of you have been in there at one point or another, either with your significant other or by yourself. I always have felt
Staring creepily at other
yeah,
people.
like that. All the women are like always thinking like, "Why are you here?"
I get if I go in there like for like a gift for like
You
Christmas
feel
or
like a
something,
creep.
I feel like I get anxiety going in there,
Right.
like trying to get.
Right, because you can't pull up, like pick up the underwear. Like you can't do.
Yeah, you have to
can't
go
do
right in
anything.
and go right for what you're
You
getting.
can't be
get
the
it
jerk and
and
be
walk.
like, well, my girlfriend's the same size as you. Can you try this on? That's the worst.
Yeah,
But you know what?
like
I
nobody,
used to.
does anybody do that? I feel like that's like a thing that people say has happened,
yeah,
but probably hasn't.
No, I ain't got the balls to do it. But I used to have a girlfriend, but then I'd have other girlfriends, and I would always go get Victoria's Secret's gift cards for the other girlfriend. That's horrible, but it was true. I was young.
So
'Cause
you
that's a
would
safe
always
bet.
get them.
I would get the girls that were
What'd you get your main?
nothing.
Frederick's of Hollywood.
That's
Nothing. My company.
Frederick Hollywood.
she got to hang out with me full time.
Yeah, she was the one I told everybody that was my girlfriend. This is horrible.
Eric's gonna call us on the way home and go, "Hey, can we just
I
edit
used to
that
be a
out?"
cheat.
Yeah,
I used to cheat real bad, but I grew up and I found the love of my life. And now when girls hit on me, this has been a while. I would run to my girlfriend like, "Yo, this girl's hitting on me."
You have to do that
And they'd
because
be like, "She's trying to buy me a drink," and my now wife is like, "Get that drink."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get that shit.
Yeah. So
That's how you always know you're with the right person when they're like,
When you
yeah,
can brag.
you should do that.
yeah, I brag. You know.
Yeah.
So did you guys see Top Gun?
Yeah.
Is it the best movie ever?
It is the best movie. Did you see it, Joe?
No.
Joe's asleep.
You missing
You
out.
still haven't seen
Wait
Top
a minute,
Gun?
It's still in the movies.
Joe. Your favorite movie of all time. You still have not seen the sequel?
I'm busy, guys.
Oh my god!
Busy going to mom's.
It's 2 hours out of your life.
I know, plus drive time.
Oh my god!
Drive.
How do you guys do this? How do you work with
You
this?
really haven't seen that movie?
No, I haven't. I have been meaning to. I just haven't found time to do it.
It's
It is still in theaters. I did just check.
yeah, because it's made like over $1 billion.
Like $1 billion.
I know.
It's
I know.
so
I hope to
good.
see it soon.
Dude, Tom Cruise is the man.
I do. I am a big Tom Cruise fan.
My
I mean,
wife hates him.
were you like now? Is it like read up? You know what I mean? Because before he kind of like got weird, but
don't
now
care.
that he's done this,
Don't
he's
care.
back on top
So
again.
I will
never
say,
cared. Scientology. I don't care.
yeah,
He's
as long as you
still
make
the
good
man.
movies, like when
All is
when I
forgiven.
sit through and watch Tom Cruise movies, like I'm always entertained, and I feel like
Okay, going by that logic, how you feel about Will Smith now? Will you watch his next movie?
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what. I used to have Will Smith has made pretty much shit movies for a while now.
I feel
though.
that's
So-
true. That's true.
So it's not
I mean,
like
didn't King Richard win a bunch of awards?
It won
but
the
that
one
doesn't necessarily
that
equate to like
just-
an entertaining movie for me.
yeah, like I want him fighting robots
And only
Aliens.
robots.
Yeah,
Aliens.
yeah. Or
What about the comic book movie, the anti-heroes?
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad, yeah.
Trash.
Was he good in that?
no. The other they remade that movie was so bad they remade it and with different people and it was better.
Oh, really? Didn't they do that with the Hulk, too?
Yeah.
I think they've done that with every.
I will
comic
tell
book
you-
movie.
Yeah.
the best of those movies. Well, that Suicide Squad. I don't know if anyone cares about fucking this, but
No.
there's a TV show made after the Suicide Squad called Peacemaker with John Cena. It's so
Great.
fucking good. It's so ridiculous.
Like
And I-
really good or ironically good?
really
good.
good. Like you would be so surprised that you're that entertained with it.
Dude, Cena
And
is
And
great.
he's fucking awesome. John Cena's
It's called
hated him.
what?
Peacemaker.
Did you write a backdoor review on that?
No, I didn't because it's a TV show. I don't think Letterboxd
I know.
now
I
does.
hate that,
Letterboxd.
You
man.
can't do. You
Like
can't
they,
do.
they
Has
separate
your
them.
has your subscribers on Letterboxd shot through the roof since
It
we met?
actually has increased. I haven't done any movies recently, but I keep meaning to go back and doing something.
What's your name on that?
Slam Bros.
Oh, can I get like a personal brag here because I never bring it up.
Yeah.
On my I know you guys know, but most of the listeners don't, that I have a YouTube channel. I have my first video that has just surpassed 100,000 views.
Dude, that's pretty
Nice.
good.
The power
Is
washing
it,
stuff?
is it the
It
which
is?
chemical cleans best?
It is my cleaning the sidewalk without a pressure washer video.
That's the one-
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty.
The other one that you're thinking of, Joe, which I used
The
three different
siding one,
the
right?
siding one that has
Siding.
about 92,000 views on it.
Yeah.
I think pressure washing is like the men's version of ASMR.
What's ASMR?
Where people talk like this and they eat an apple on a microphone.
It's so satisfying watching shit get cleaned.
Yeah,
Like a
I
pressure
agree.
washer.
Yeah, yep, I agree.
What's ASMR?
We just talked about it.
It's people whispering or doing the sounds of people doing things.
Like chewing,
Yeah, like
Or-
chewing or
breathing, or what? Like I don't really fully know what it is
I think
either.
that's what it is.
It's strange.
Does anybody can tell me what it stands for? Oh, it's got to stand for something.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's something.
Fucking
It's like a little thing that like brings you like pleasure or joy.
God, I feel like Joe's setting something up.
No, I have no. I've never heard of this.
Yeah. It's something like that. I always see people like whispering or they're eating they're just
like
eating
touching
some kind of
stuff.
food
Like
or
they're, like, touching,
and it's
like,
the sound of the microphone, like the sound of them doing it. It's calming to people. I'm not
Like the sound of putting a microphone cover in your mouth and slowly chewing on
fucking
it.
the grossest thing in the entire world.
For $1,000, Steve, will you go to Jump Zone and jump into the foam pit?
So I would want to say no, but yes, I would do it for $1,000.
So it doesn't bother
would
you
just
that
throw up
much
everywhere.
anymore.
Well, it does bother me, but I know it's gonna stop. Like, you know what I mean? Like I
Have
can,
you ever? Oh, so you never jumped in a foam pit?
no,
They're hard to get out of.
Yeah, they are.
really.
There's
Yeah,
no smooth way of getting out of those.
Yeah, like when I go
It's
to
tough. If
trampoline
you dive
places,
into a foam pit,
yeah,
good luck. Shame
Yeah.
on you.
I've never done it.
Let's do that.
Well, I mean, I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it as a bit. You can put it on your podcast, Sticks and Homes.
You're on my podcast, Steve.
I mean, that's your podcast. your YouTube
My-
thing.
Yeah, check out Sticks and Homes. Get my other video up over 100,000 views. Sticks and Homes.
Do you like that you have that side job doing that?
It's fun. It gives me something to do when I'm not doing anything.
Mhm.
That's productive.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really pay me much, but it's something productive to do.
Yeah. Well, since now I have a new job working in,
Are you finding a side hustle?
No, no.
Oh.
Just working in a different place, like things that now I'm back in the sitting in a cubicle all day long
Right.
in an office.
Yeah, me and Steve, we all had jobs for a long time where we do nothing all day but watch movies and just text each other all day.
And now I actually have a job where I'm doing something all day long. But being in an office, like it is the things people do. Office life is so weird to me to do stuff like I got a list of everyone's birthdays.
Oh yeah,
And
you can't miss it.
and then there was a
What?
Yeah, so I got a list of everyone that was
I mean,
in
when
my
you say everyone,
on my
like,
team, like in my like direct people
Are
that I
you in
deal with.
Are you in charge of these people?
No, what happened was
give us like a roundabout number. How many people?
maybe like there's like 10 or 12 of us
Okay.
or something like that.
All right. All right.
But then they took and made everyone else so your name is on the list. So when it gets to someone's birthday, one person's in charge of that person's birthdays. They get the cake, the card, and
Whoa.
get everybody to sign.
Whoa,
Like
time
you're in charge of that.
Get out of here.
Swear to
No,
God.
I
I mean,
would be stealing office supplies all day. Dude, you're not making me spend money on somebody. I don't care about my birthday.
But do
I
you
don't
use
care about
petty
your birthday.
cash or your own cash?
Use your own cash.
Okay, but like,
So
like,
everyone
it's
buys
a good
each
team
other.
building kind of thing. I get
You're
it.
right.
I get it.
But it is just a weird thing to see, like where people.
because nobody really cares.
Yeah.
It's just
I would prefer no
what
one,
you do.
no one care, or just
I'd
let me
rather not
go into
know it's
work.
my birthday and just go to work and get treated.
But then I look at it because I got to find the person that I'm responsible for buying their cake, and I haven't met this person yet.
What
So-
if you end up hating that person? Like, what if you get stuck buying the cake for the person that you hate?
I would shit in
you
it.
buy a shitty cake, like the shittiest,
Yeah.
like the bare minimum.
I know. And then when you buy a cake, do you buy the cake that you like?
No,
Yes.
you make it yourself, so it's real bad.
And then it can't be mad 'cause you're like, hey, I made this for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a catch-22 there. But
But it's the weird things in offices that I just am not used to. Do you work in an office, right, Joe?
Yeah.
So you know, like it's just weird.
Is there any pictures of like eagles flying, or like the cat hanging off the
motivational
limb?
things?
Yeah, like
the
the little.
motivational
Yes,
things.
there are that stuff like hanging there.
Yeah, hanging there with the
Like-
cat and like the eagle flying above.
and it's so weird that and
Has anybody ever been motivated by those pictures?
No.
Ever?
no.
I hate
But
them.
they're in every office.
Yeah, and I don't understand. Like somebody was just like, "Oh, this is what
This
we
is
need
what
to
you do when you have an office. You
So-
you buy the eagle
So
picture.
I have a pretty big cubicle, all right? And then everyone else, I walk around and look, and their shit's all fucking decorated.
With like pictures of their family,
Pictures,
their
sports
their
memorabilia,
cats are
all that
everywhere.
stuff.
Your
Do you have a Jim
children.
Joe Steve Show koozie hanging in your cubicle?
So I will tell you this: what I did do to other people, they have a lot of and
Tchotchkes.
They have a lot of tchotchkes. They on this. I would take Jim Joe Steve Show stickers, and I've put it on their back wall over top of their computer, so that if it's kind of hidden, but they would just see my face staring at them. Yeah, they would just see my face
illegal.
staring at them the entire time. So I've done that to several people in my office.
That's awesome.
But would you decorate a cubicle?
I have a office now. This is the first time in my life
You
I
have
had
an office?
Yeah, I'm a warehouse supervisor, and so there's 100 guys working in this warehouse. No air conditioning or nothing, but I have this big office in the corner. It's fully air conditioned and everything. So I feel so bad when I walk in there and just sit down because everybody else is sweating their ass off.
Can they see you sit down?
Oh
You
yeah,
ever walk out and go, oh shit, it's hot out here, and just go back in your office?
yeah, I do. It's great, but I'm still afraid to bring it. Like I have a Better Call Saul bobblehead. I would love to bring in. I'm just afraid because I
Like
don't want
afraid
to
that somebody's gonna steal it.
No, just be like, look at this guy.
Yeah, but I think
yeah,
that
like,
also
this is his space.
Cleaning his bobblehead, being all happy.
it creates a sense of authority.
I want to be one of the guys, man.
but you're not.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
I
As much
know.
as you want to be, when you come around, they stop talking about whatever it is that they were talking about. You know, they work a little bit faster until you walk away, and then they're like, "This fucking asshole."
I know. I know.
Yeah.
I know they. I
So
know.
you
As soon
almost
as I
have to-
walk away, I know they talk.
So you just gotta
They be
embrace
talking.
it. It's fine. Just embrace it.
It's not very punk rock to be the supervisor, Eric.
It's bad because we get food from salespeople every day: pizza, subs, wings, and stuff. These other guys get nothing. I feel so bad, but I put my work in.
But that's the thing. If they said, "Hey, you want Eric's spot," they would fucking be like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
fire him. I'll take a spot."
true.
They
Yeah,
don't get,
that
you
is
know
true.
what I mean? Like,
true.
it's every man for himself. They
That's
they
true.
would take your spot in a second.
Know what else? When you were talking about food in offices, I don't understand when people go into So if there's a meeting or something like that, they usually will bring whatever the leftover food is into the break room, which means that everybody can like have at it.
Yep.
So go ahead and have food. I don't understand that there's always someone that will cut a piece off of something, but not take the whole thing. Like if there's donuts,
It's called courtesy. It's saying I'm not a slob and I'm not great. It's just like I want this, but I don't want to look like
It's
I
the
want
people
this.
on a diet
So if you
that
walked
they go,
in,
"Hey, I only ate
so if
half
you
of
walked
it."
in and you were like, "Man, I really want a donut," and you open up the box of donuts and there's half a donut there,
You're not gonna eat it,
No,
you
throw it
weren't gonna
away.
fucking eat it,
right?
because
But the guy who
But the
cut
person
it or
who did it
will
is
go
better
back
than you.
and they'll go back and eat the other half.
this
of
is
the
what I
donut
don't
later.
understand about people in
I'll
fucking
wait till
office.
nobody's around and I'll eat it.
because
Yeah, I
then the
still
calories don't count.
If no one's looking, it doesn't matter.
You know what else? This doesn't happen at this office, but
Food theft.
Food theft.
Gosh.
There's a guy that we know.
Oh my god.
But Eric and I used to work at a payroll company, and after I left, this guy kind of took the. But Eric would tell me that he would go in and he had to work the later shift.
We all. It was three of us. It was said guy and our buddy Kevin. What's up, Kevin? Well,
His
we would
name
all-
sounds like Fliss Flip It. He listens
that,
he listens
That guy. That guy's the worst.
he listens
Yeah.
to this podcast.
Oh God. I
Oh,
don't care.
he doesn't want to
He's
shout
awful.
out. You tell me he
No.
doesn't want to shout out.
I don't know.
Don't get
He'll
him.
tell me if he wants to shout out.
So this guy, it'd be like 5 o'clock. Everybody goes home. We would have to work till 9, and he would just disappear, and we'd sneak out and catch him in the break room eating people's like. My mom worked there too, and they'd always have it was like healthy choices stuff, you know,
Right,
like, they're
right.
like, and he'd be eating it. I'm like, dude, I was like, dude, that's my mom's food, and his excuse was like, oh, I think it was out of date. I think it was expired, and he would like act like he was throwing up everywhere.
Taking one for the team.
But there
Yeah,
was
it's
one girl worked there. She has some kind of medical condition, so she had this like prescription milk or something. He would just drink it out, drink it like he was like a kid, 12-year-old in the middle of the night.
It takes some ball.
That's balls. He would walk around everybody's desk and take all the change out so he could get something to drink.
I remember you guys were all out one night, and I came out. I met you. God, it was somewhere near Fletcher's, but I brought this girl that I was dating, and I think we happened to sit down right next to him. And as soon as we left that place, she was like, "I hate that guy." It was the first time she ever met him. She's like,
Yeah, he's
"That
very,
guy."
very hateable.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like he's one of those guys from a distance. You're like, oh, it's kind of funny the stuff he used to do, but then I'll just say this:
Just say it.
go on YouTube and search for Chronicles of Lytic,
Oh my god.
and you can see what it
Yeah,
is.
so we're plugging it.
Plugging
in.
it.
It is.
He's got a YouTube channel.
That guy is he wants to come on the podcast.
I'll tell you this:
No chance.
every woman that we know that is listening to this right now, their eyes are rolling in the back of their head because every
Has he
woman
given them a
hates
mental
this guy.
orgasm?
Oh no! Now they're really mad.
Oh man! I actually my coworker. I didn't even see it. My coworker, like, just happened to say it the other day. He told me about it. I went and I watched it. It was pretty funny. But it was like, I guess there's this business called the Asphalt Guys, and their slogan's like, if you get an asphalt job from anybody but us and they screw it up, it's your own asphalt.
Oh. Those local commercials that you get. I mean, I'm sure
they
get a
some
little
of them.
wild.
Some of them are so ridiculous. Around where I live, in Baltimore, they have there's a liquor store, and it's King's Liquors, and I always get commercials for him, and they always say like King's Liquor in Rosedale,
And I can't watch a commercial without saying it.
saying
right
it like
after-
that.
Rosedale.
I always think, good Joe.
The liquor store by me had, like, they were selling koozies.
Jim Joe Steve Show koozies.
No, Goska's liquor koozies, and they like the road that they're on is a small road, and there's a Starbucks on it. Although I don't even know if the address for the Starbucks is for that road or for Richie, but they're on Leland Drive, and they were selling these koozies that they say like voted the #1 liquor store on Leland Drive, and they're like the only business on Leland Drive. Period.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought it was so good.
Dude, the best local commercial is Eastern Motors. And if you're a local Baltimore person, you can sing that song. I don't even want to.
Oh yeah, it's like at Eastern Motors, your job's your
credit.
I
At Eastern
disagree.
Motors.
Barry Glazer.
What?
Does the guy have a sticker on him?
No, Barry Glazer. Isn't that the name of the attorney? The like, don't pee on me and tell me it's raining or whatever. That guy.
Oh yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah. No. In Baltimore, there's also the guy Jack Says Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember we
Jackie
saw him?
Well, I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
about to say. I was like, have you know Jack Says Yes, right? You
I
see,
know of him.
yeah. You see, Jim saw him. I wasn't with you guys. You guys went and
Oh.
got sushi in Colombia, and you saw him. All right. There, you see him on the commercials. How do you think he dresses in real life?
The same. The
The
black shirt and
exact same.
the white frame glasses.
The exact same.
You got to keep up.
So
with the
I knew a guy that used to work with him. He used to work at like Northern Grumman or it's called like Westinghouse or something before that. And he used to work there, and he quit. and he told the guys, "I'm going to go get rich selling cars." And son of a bitch. That's what he did.
Do you know there is nothing in the world that would make me, well, unless there was I needed a job, I would never sell cars. That job sucks.
I think it's a tough gig.
That
it
is.
is.
A,
My uncle did it, and you got to have a certain frame of mind.
I always,
Nobody likes a car salesman.
No.
yeah,
Universally,
No.
no one likes that.
I mean, it's used as a cliche for a scummy salesperson.
Right.
Whenever I do this in Disney World, where I always try to ask like how much their job sucks,
What went wrong in your life to make you work here?
like I want to know the dark side of whenever I'm in that, because when you go buy a car, the process it always takes way fucking longer than you think it's gonna take.
You know what
wear
they
you
do?
down. It's to wear you down.
They walk out and they're like, "All right, I got to go talk to my manager." They put their phone on like so they can hear you like on
See what you're saying.
yeah, and then they gauge it off. They're like, "Well, we only have $2,000,000," and they're like, "Yeah, it only costs $2,000,000," and they just pocket that money because
You know what's
you
funny?
don't need to give the dealership any cash.
It's funny you say that because my wife and I were talking about, well, if they come back with this, we'll just take it. And they came back exactly with that.
Did they listen?
And we took it. They probably were listening to us. But
Dude, that went in that dude's pocket.
so whenever, but when you're a car salesman, you work you work long ass hours.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
And you're just, when they close at say 6 o'clock or whatever, sometimes you don't get out of there till like 11 o'clock. Something like that.
As a car salesman?
Closing the deal.
Yeah, you gotta close
Oh,
that
right.
deal.
You mean
And
if you have a customer?
Yeah, and then
There's
you
a lot
just
of paperwork
can't
involved.
my time is so valuable to me.
Your time.
My time is so valuable.
I agree.
I do not want to work later than like they're being in like a sales job and stuff like that. I mean, I can. There's countless times where I would just be like, I don't want to deal with this. It's a sale or whatever, I'll give it to somebody else, and I just want to
just
get the
get
fuck out of there. It's not worth it to me. Fucking I hate working extra.
I mean,
That's why I do a podcast, because hopefully one day we can make $1 off of it, and then I can still
well,
work.
you gotta split that $1 3 ways.
I will tell you right now that Jim's wife and kids are probably so pissed off because it's a little warm in the basement because he turned off the air conditioning. I can only imagine what it's like upstairs.
I don't think they're here. Nobody's here.
Nobody's here?
Yeah.
Are they still at that cookout?
Yeah.
Oh, are you going back to that cookout?
No. When I'm in for the night, I'm in.
Jim went to a cookout on a Friday at 6 o'clock.
What up, Jason?
Who has a cookout on a Friday?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, anytime's go for glizzies.
Please tell me you didn't tell Eric about that conversation we had the other day, and that just came out of his mouth.
That just came out of his mouth. He's the one that
that's so
one that
good.
got me on it. I will
Dude,
admit.
glizzies. This is the greatest
Yeah,
name
okay.
for food.
Can you tell our listeners what the hell you're talking about?
The glizzy.
Yeah.
All right, it originated from the area, the Virginia, D.C., Baltimore area. It's commonly known as a Glock or a gun, but for some reason, people started calling hot dogs glizzies. And I found out on TikTok, like everything else, and it's the greatest name for a food ever. Glizzy. My son's, I'm like, what do you want from this restaurant? He's like, oh, I'll take the glizzy.
It is. My son the other day, we went to visit my daughter. We went to visit her at work, and when he walked in, she was eating her lunch, and he was like, "What are you eating, Bob? A glizzy?"
Glizzy, baby.
Glizzy is one of the funniest names.
Can we just rename hamburgers Glammies so that you can say, come over for some Glammies and Glizzies? Glizzies and Glammies?
Do you think right now at that cookout they're all eating some glizzies?
I almost ate a Glizzy, but I ate 2 Glammies instead.
Joe, what are you eating right now?
I want glizzy.
Yeah, it's tofu glizzies.
I
It's
don't buy
glizzies.
organic food.
What's that?
I said I don't buy organic food. I just buy weird food.
Do you ever eat the weird food? Or
Yeah,
just
all the
like
time.
to look at it in your cupboard?
It's like a
No.
showpiece.
Right.
When
Somebody
people
has
come-
company over, like, oh, this guy's very
When people
eclectic.
come over, yeah, they're like, "Oh man, look at the treasure trove of things around the world that Joe has.
This guy must
My
have
jar
lots
of
of
tea is
knowledge.
half empty or half full.
God, I don't like that word at all.
No,
Oh
it's,
man,
it's not a
know,
food word.
You'll hate even more how it's spelled.
Oh, I'm already getting mad.
Is it like GHEA?
Oh wow, very close.
Whoa.
It's GHEE.
Oh,
It's like that TV show.
that was Glee.
They're all just sitting there fucking around with clarified butter. I hate. God, that's so fucking stupid.
Have you guys seen the new Woodstock 99
I saw the first episode.
on Netflix?
No,
No.
Are you featured in it?
No, but that
Were you there?
yeah,
Oh
that's
my
where I
God.
got that.
Oh my
That
God.
was part of the wall right there.
Oh my God.
That was in it.
Dude, they were charging $4 for a water in 1999. They got what they deserved.
Agreed.
That's the one. That's the one with the mud, right?
They all had
There,
the
that
mud,
was
but that's
94.
the one with all the fire.
94, yeah,
All the
94 is
fires.
the
Never
Green
mind.
Day one.
It's funny how TV shows they because HBO did a documentary about
Yeah.
that Warped Tour.
I would say
mean,
that this one was better than the HBO Woodstock documentary. The HBO version just pinned all the blame on
Frat boys.
that just went there to tear shit up. This documentary still leans toward that, but they
Corporate
also went behind and like how the festival goers were treated and how it kind of like all came to a head. So the one on Netflix, it was interesting to watch. I was aware for everything except one part during the Fat Boy Slim rave. I left a little early on that, but everything else I was there for, and it's a pretty good documentary. If you ever
was it
watched
so hot?
it was so fucking balls hot. But I accidentally I went with my girlfriend at the time and then some friends. We lucked out, kind of stupidly. We lucked out, but we rented an RV, so we weren't sleeping on the tents. So we had AC, we had our own toilet, we could shower, and we had cases of water. So all
Just
that
poor
kind of
schmucks that were just
right now.
roughing
Had
it.
I been had to camp out, I would have had a completely different experience.
There's zero chance that if we would have went to it, we would have
would've
had
been
an
burning
RV.
stuff
We wouldn't have had an RV.
no. We would have been burning stuff
Yeah,
down.
it was such a
Lord
great
of the
move,
Flies.
and it was like that. And I told my wife at the very end when the shit really went down. You know, they had the fires and it got a little crazy, but then people started like looting and like
That's
just
where
jumping into like the stands where people were selling the T-shirts and the food. And I remember like this girl, she couldn't have been maybe 18 at the time. I don't know. She was selling T-shirts in one of the stands and was just, I mean, like 15 people just jumped the counter and she looked like she was going to shit herself. And I just yelled out to her. I said, "You better get the fuck out of here."
the shit ain't yours.
Don't try to defend, save yourself. And she just looked at me and jumped over the counter and ran. And people stole shit they didn't even give a fuck about. They were just grabbing shit.
That was
Like
the end
pieces,
of
like pieces of the wall.
Listen, the piece of the wall it was down already. I just picked it up, and I earned that son of a bitch. It's a 3/4 inch sheet of plywood.
It's pretty big, so just to get out of there, just be carrying. They were probably so pissed you brought that into the RV.
Hell no! Somebody came back with a box of pretzels, frozen pretzels. I'm like, nobody even likes pretzels on this RV. Like, what the fuck? Get this fucking pretzels. Like, nobody. Like, what are you stealing? Like, box of pretzels.
I knew
for?
a guy that stole a street sign that's like the note you can't enter this way, and stuck it in his. I think at the time it was his girlfriend's house, and there was no room.
Those things are a lot bigger than you think when you
put them
in your house.
in
Yeah.
closed area.
Do you remember
you're
that, Joe?
What?
Wake up.
A street sign?
No, I know exactly what he's talking about.
I couldn't.
And put it in his girlfriend's house?
I remember waking up in the morning and was like, "Where'd that thing come from?"
I remember I stayed over with Joe there, and he was like, he warned me. He was like, I stole a street sign last night. It's
He's
in
all
there.
guilt
And
ridden.
it's like it filled up the whole fucking living room. You can't do it. But there's with Warped Tour, there's no I mean, I keep saying fucking Warped Tour. I mean,
Just
like,
say it again. Just say it again.
We were at Warped Tour in '99. We weren't at Woodstock.
Yeah. Part of me misses going to festivals.
I still go.
Yeah, you still go to things,
All the stuff.
but
I'd go to a one-day festival. I ain't spending the night anywhere.
That's just a concert show.
so I have never gone to a multiple day festival. I don't.
Oh, we do, but we leave.
You go to a
Shower.
hotel.
We go to a hotel, motel,
Okay.
Holiday Inn, and come back.
yeah.
I could not imagine being
Like
40
camp-
years old, staying.
Camping out? No. That I'm way past that. And I couldn't even do it back then. I wouldn't enjoy myself
No,
because I
Just
think
this-
if you like went through it and then thinking back years later, you probably think I had fun. But in the moment, once you're tired, you're dirty, you're done. Like who gives a
you
fuck?
need a reset.
Yes, you have to reset. And I could say for Woodstock, there was no reset because they had bands start at 8 a.m. all the way through midnight, and then the rave started at midnight until 8 a.m. And they had
Ugh.
the most annoying thing of that, and then, I'll get off my horse, but was they had these drum circles, but they were just not drum circles. They were just people that found something to bang. And
That's
it
some
was
hippie shit.
it was 50 to 100 people just banging, no rhythm. They all had their own rhythm, but it was
It's like
white
collectively it
people.
was just like dun 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 dun.
It's
dun,
like a
dun.
guy who brings a guitar to a party.
Anyways, he's
Eric, do you-
Wonderwall. No, but if there's one, I probably will play it. Yeah. And I'll play.
It has to be
Wonderwall.
acoustic, right? Like you won't plug in, right? Because then
No.
that's a performance.
What do you
Yeah,
mean,
then
a
you're trying
guitar?
too hard. Yeah.
A drum- But like you don't bring one.
No, I would
For
never
the-
bring one. No.
I'm talking about those guys who bring a guitar to a party and
Yeah,
they're
that's
like
this type of person.
It's a weird
they
thing
like drum,
because
they like drum lines.
everyone's having a good time and drinking, but when somebody is performing, like you have to pay attention to them, right? So like they're like, "Hey, stop the party!
Yes.
I got something I want to do,"
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like it's
Look
a
at me
weird.
play this song you've heard a billion times.
So everyone can sing along and we'll have some fun.
Like and in some ways, if it's done, there's very few instances where it could be done properly, but in a few instances where it can be done, it can be fun.
Gotta be spontaneous.
Yeah, it can't. But I couldn't even give you an example of
It's
when
too
it
hard.
would.
You can't come in with a set list, man. It's just
Like
gotta
some-
like
like
somebody
it-
mentions something and you start playing it.
Yeah, or
That's
like
cool.
if the person who's having the party has a guitar that's already out, and it's just like you grab it and start playing
That's fun for a while.
that, but not like, hey, I'm gonna go in my trunk. Let me unwrap it. Let me bring it in. Let me tune it up.
Like you're like, oh, I'm going to Jim's party tonight. Like, oh, I gotta remember to bring my guitar.
Right,
I gotta
right.
bring some ghee, some
Glizzies.
some glizzies, and my guitar.
All right. Well, that was another great episode. Good job, guys. I'm proud of you.
Thanks again, Eric, for helping us out.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
All right. Well, give us a follow on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at.
Jim Joe Steve.
Give us a call and leave us a voicemail about your favorite festival at.
856 the JJSS, and also any prison stories you want to tell. I'd be more than happy to listen to you. If you've drank toilet wine, I want to hear about that.
If you know someone who's been in prison or has a good prison story, share our episode with that person so that they know to call in and share their prison story.
856 the JJSS.
And if grandma has a good toilet wine recipe, pass that along too.
I will drink it.
Eric, you got any more concerts coming up?
August 20th, Auto Bar. And then in October, we're playing in DC at the Pie Shop. Date unknown.
We should play one of his songs on the way out.
Well, we did last week, so
Okay,
we're
let's
doing
do it
also
again.
again
Yes.
this week.
We got
cut that part
5
out.
songs. So
Yeah, 3 more weeks we
there
can do
you go,
each song.
baby. There you go.
And what's your band's name?
Northbound Breakdown.
And can get you on Spotify.
You can find us on Spotify, everywhere.
My son loves listening to Eric's band all the time, every day we drive home. But the second Eric walked in my house tonight, he was like, no way. He met his idol and he couldn't do it. He froze.
If I saw Prince, I wouldn't want to meet him right away. You got he was getting his diaper changed.
It's a little personal.
All right, guys, for the Jim Joe Steve Show, my name is Joe.
I'm Steve.
I'm Jim.
E-Rock.
And maybe
Talk
next
to
week.
you next week.
Maybe next week, Joe will actually be in studio.
Unlikely.
Bye.
Bye.